All right, everybody. Thanks for coming down again for another Bali Praia workshop. Sure you all know me right now. My name's Mikey Moran, and we are doing another collaboration with Pioneer. This one explaining the all-in-one DJ systems. I will leave it up to the experts to explain the significance of this. Just wondering, is it Max or Echa? Oh, Max. Max from Pioneer will be presenting. Here you go, man.
Hello, welcome everyone. Before I start it, it's gonna be a short presentation, and after this we go to Echa. Echa we will go upstairs, right? And we will show the unit what's gonna happen with Echa. Okay, it's gonna be short presentation. I'll promise you. Okay, before we start the presentation, I will show you the video. No sound. Okay, in this video I will show you why I show you this video, sorry. Because there is three items here. Well, you already know about turntable, you already know about controller. Last time we doing the workshop about the controller, and now we're gonna doing the all-one DJ system. This is what happened nowadays because this item is a future thing. People gonna use this for the mobile DJ. That's why I want to show you this video, because comparing with the turntable and controller, this system also can do what the both system can do. I took this video from, do you know Crossfader from UK? The item, if you can see the turntable with the DJM S9, and the left one is a DDJ 1000, I think. And if you see on the top is a XDJ RX2 with the XDJ XP1 beside the XDJ RX2. Okay, maybe we go to the next slide. You can watch this video on the YouTube actually. Just go to the Crossfader account from UK. Sorry. So this is the XDJ-RX2. I think everybody already know about this product. The product is released around 2018, I think, last year. This is a 2 decks and 2 channel system with the features similar with the CDJ 2000 Nexus, and I already talked with Echa. There is something new about this system because the jock dial. Is it right, Echa? Maybe you can. Okay.
Hello, hey everyone, thanks for coming. So the XDJ-RX all-in-one system. I think the all-in-one system, it's the middle ground between, because we all know that DJ equipment, they got the Nexus series, like the standard club CDJs and mixers, and they got the controllers like the DDJ 1000 and the DDJ 400. The all-in-one system is kind of like the middle ground between those two. It's a compact system where you can use the same system you use playing in clubs. Like if you're a USB DJ, you play with USB with record box. You can just plug in your USB record box to XDJ-RX and can play just like that you're playing in a Nexus without using a laptop. Because I think there are a market of DJs that likes using laptop. They prefer using laptop, but there are also DJs that, like me, I don't like using laptops. I like something that much more simple, that I can go to the clubs and with just an USB, and with XDJ-RX I can do that. But since it's an all-in-one system, basically it can do everything. You can play using USB, or if you're a controller DJ, you can just plug in your computer and you can play with Recordbox DJ or with Traktor. I tried it. It works with Traktor also. Serato, not so much, because Serato is kind of like a lock system. So it's a solution for if you're looking for an equipment that can work always. Like you can work with USB or you can work with laptops. I think the best option right now is the XDJ-RX series, because it's so versatile. You can use everything, and it comes in a compact package. If you see the equipment upstairs, it's not that big. I can still carry it using my bike. Well, the RX is kind of heavy, but you could still, it's doable. And the RR it's the more simplified version.
The light one.
Yeah. The more simplified version. It's actually a more smaller version of the RX. It works better if like you're a mobile DJ, you're doing like lots of wedding, or you're doing or you're playing places like 707 that doesn't have any equipment at all. You got to bring your own equipment. XDJ-RR is I think that's the perfect option for you, because you can use the USB, or if you want to use a laptop, you can use a laptop, and it's so light, and it's also inherited the same standard features as a club standard Nexus series. So if you're playing with XDJ series, you can play with USB, and when we come to the club, you don't have to change your set and everything. It's all the same.
And the feature is
yeah,
quite standard.
Yeah, the feature is the
large
same.
rotary selector. There is a needle search,
track filter, everything in the Nexus series. They got it in the XDJ-RX series, including the touchscreen and everything, the pitch fader, the keyboard and everything. The only difference that I notice, I don't think Pioneer guys also notices that they're as surprised as me. I think this is something that the factory is kind of like put something hidden, but the jog wheel is so much different than the Nexus series.
Yeah, that's
and I'm saying it's in a good way, because I think for me, I'm playing with the CDJ Nexus series like 5 nights a week. After playing with RX, I can confidently say that the RX series jog wheel is far much more superior than the CDJs, even from the CDJs, from the feel, from the touch, because the jog wheel on the CDJ series is an analog jog wheel. If you notice, you gotta press down for it to be active. So it's kind of like it made to emulate turntables. For when turntable, you gotta press it down slightly before you can play with the finials and everything, and that's what the CDJs are doing. But the technology on the jog wheel on the XDJ-RX is different. I think it's more like a touch. Not touch.
The capacitive.
Yeah, touch capacitive. It's like when you touch the jog wheels, you know, you can know which point in the waveform, your cue points or everything. It's kind of, they give you a feedback on kind of like what Traktor is doing. Traktor is releasing the same jog, but I think this is I've tried the Traktor one, and the Traktor one is like horrible. It was like it's kind of like juggling everything. This is different. This, if I can compare, it's like using your phone. Like when you're using your phone, the touchscreen and everything, you can touch your phone and you know where to scroll and everything. That's the same technology, I think, on the jog wheel from the XDJ-RX.
Yeah, and then for the connectivity, you can use the RCA master output.
Yes.
The aux, and you can also connect with the phono or line inputs, and you can put the mic too.
Yeah.
And also, it's for mobile actually, but also for a pro DJ can use this.
Yes.
Nowadays, DJ not only playing in the club, right? Sometimes you play for the private party. Sometimes you play for the Sweet 17, something like that. Maybe this is the suitable one.
Yes, I think the
Mostly in Bali.
yes.
Some of the DJs, something like Echa, always going by motorbike.
Yeah. I think the XDRX it's a good thing for if you're either you're a professional DJs that plays in the club. Having this as your arsenal, it's a good thing for you to play like mobile gigs, and for like mobile DJs, it's also like a good idea. And also for the small bars and clubs, if you want to invest on an equipment that can be used by any kind of DJs, either that DJs is using a laptop or using a USB, without if you don't want to kind of like you don't want to spend so much on the Nexus series because you're like a small bar, this is like the perfect setup for you. And you can even use an output source, like if you have a turntables or a CDJs, because the mixer on the RX is a standalone mixer. It means you can plug in any other source. You can plug in your CDJs, you can plug in your turntables, and it works as a regular mixer, even without USB or anything.
Why I use this picture, because nowadays most of the DJ have their own equipment at house, so you can connect with your own turntable, or maybe you can have a CDJs at home, and then you can connect to the RX2 also. Okay. And I want to show you this video. I will show you shortly, because I want to show you how this product works.
I think we better explain what are these buttons, because like the layout, it's the same as any CDJs. The only difference is you got the pads downstairs, and which is I think it's a great idea, because as you see, it's more intuitive to have the pads down than on the normal CDJs over here. I don't think that's gonna be like, it's gonna be less intuitive than the pads downstairs. And the technology, like the slip loop and everything, it's actually already on the CDJ 2000 Nexus series. But the only difference is when you're using a CDJ 2000 Nexus series, you gotta access the slip loop on the screen upstairs. Now they put the slip loop down here.
Maybe you can one by one. This is hot queue.
Yeah, this one is for the hot queue. So they prepare like 8 pads. You can have like 8 hot queues, and each hot queues you can set your own colors. I like using the colors. For example, when I'm playing, like I usually use red for like the breakdowns, and blue for the vocals for me. And then
beat loop.
The beat loop is kind of like the loop, the button, kind of like the shortcut of this. If you want to do this is the manual loop. This is the more like if you want to go straight into like 16 bar loop or 8 bar 4 bar loop. The design looks like a controller, but it works like a CDJ using USB. And I think one of the great feature of this unit is they got 2 USB ports, so you can have like 2 DJs going back to back with 2 units. They don't have a problem. They don't have to share one USB. And one great thing about this is the USB on the right can be used to record your sets directly into USB. Like for example, if you want to do a radio show or you want to do a mixtape, just plug in a USB here and record it, and you can record everything live. Even there's the track split button. If you want to have your own mixtape, but you want the track to be split, like you can go from track 1, track 2, track 3. You can split it using this button. Just hit this button, and the MP3 will be split. Because it can record into WAV or MP3 or AIFF files. So it's kind of versatile. The layout on the mixer is kind of like the same like the CDJ DJM 900 Nexus. You got the sound color effects and everything. They got the effects. You got the tab, the beat button and everything. They got the boot monitor. It's basically just this is the Nexus series compressed as one.
Yeah.
The only difference is the jog wheel. Maybe if you come upstairs and try the jog wheel, you know what I mean about the jog wheel is so much different than the CDJ series. I think the next CD Pioneer flagship series will use this kind of jog wheel.
And also for the browser,
Yeah.
there is a new thing between XDJ RX1 and the RX2. This is, as you can see, the upstairs there is a browser, right?
Yes.
The technology in CDJ Nexus 2 now in RX2 also.
Yes. And let's talk about the engine. The engine that runs this whole system. I think it uses the same engine as the CDJ Nexus. But I think from my experience, I've been trying this equipment for like 2 weeks and also comparing it with the Nexus series. I think this one is a kind of different engine than the Nexus CDJ Nexus series because the load time is much faster. It loads much faster than the CDJ Nexus because I use the same 128 gigabytes USB. The load time is much faster, and if you like using filters for your search, there's a feature in here in the Nexus series where you can set up filters. For example, if you only want to play in the same key, you can set the filters so your USB only show all the songs in the same key. And also, you have all of this also. So it's basically, if you have this in your home to practice, and then you come to the club and go play with the Nexus series, you won't feel any different because it's all the same, including the reverse, the slip, and everything. The only difference is the jog wheel, which I think is better than the Nexus.
Okay, we continue with the XDJ-RR, also the 2-deck and 2-channel system. Also similar with the CDJ 2000 Nexus 2. The tagline is from the bathroom to main room. This is what we want to say, that you can use this at home and also you can use this to have a party. Okay?
So the XDJ-RR, it's basically a more simplified version of the RX. It's smaller, it's lighter. The effects is not so much. They only have like 2 effects, but I think those 2 effects is the two most important effects that you can actually use during your mix. They only have like 2 effects, echo and reverb, no problem. But they still have the same color effects. You still got filter and everything. The jog wheels, the technology of the jog wheel, I think it's the same from the RX. It's also like what I think it's better than the CDJ Nexus series. The only problem is the XDJ-RR got like super small jog wheel, which is understandable because they need to. I think the RR is designed to fit in your bag like a normal bag. You can put it in your bag and just go to work with it, and it's so light. I mean you could pick it up with one hand.
Okay. This is the connectivity. The difference between the XDJ-RR and XDJ-RX2 is there is no boot monitor. Sometimes DJ need the boot monitor, right? But in XDJ-RR, they don't have it, unfortunately. Okay.
Which I think for the DJs that's going to buy the XDJ-RR, a boot monitor is not something you won't need it, because I think this is more into like if you're doing like mobile gigs in small bars and stuff like that, or in weddings or at home, you gotta plug it in straight to the speakers and just play, because the speakers will be like close to you. Because I don't think you're gonna bring this to a big club, the XDJ-RR.
Okay. And next, it can connect to the DDJ XP1 if you need more feature about it.
I just know about this.
Yes.
I didn't know they can connect to XP1.
Okay, this is the main target actually for our customer. It's for a general DJ, but for the user, we're targeting for the mobile DJ. Most of the DJ buy it because they need to playing mobile. Sometimes they can use this to practice at home sometimes, and then they have a private party. They will bring the item with them, and also maybe sometimes there is a party at the beach, something like that, right?
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. I think I don't know about this. I think the both XDJ-RR and XDJ-RX is professional enough to use as a professional DJs, but it's more likely for different situation. Like these two gears is like it's more like if you want to do gigs that are much smaller, maybe like more like a house party or like small bars or like weddings.
Wedding party.
Yes. Can you bring it into the club? Yes, you can. But if the club already has a Nexus series setup, you basically you don't need it. But the good thing about this is because it comes from the Nexus series. If you have these two products and you can use it at home or to practice, if you come to the club and play with the Nexus series, you will feel at home because it's the same. The only difference is the size. You go from like this one to the bigger one. All the layout of the effects, all the layout of the play button, all the layout of everything, it's the same as the Nexus series. All the browsing and everything. So I'm going to tell you my experience last week because I play usually normally with a DGM 900. I play all the clubs using the DGM 900 because all the everything. And then I went to this club and the mixer there is the DGM S9, and it's a totally different ecosystem than the DGM 900. And it took me like 30 minutes when I'm playing to kind of like to get my grip on the whole new technology. That's what I mean about adapting if you have like a different equipment. But when you have the XDJ-RR and the XDJ-RX, you don't have that adaptation. You went to the club from your RX and RR, then you come to the club and you met the Nexus, you'll feel at home because the layout and everything is the same. You don't have to adjust the way you play again. It's different when you have, like, for example, you have a tractor controller, but then you have to go to the club and play with the Nexus. The layout is different and everything is different. You need to learn again, and it's not a fun experience to kind of learn the equipment when there's like so many people are dancing in front of you. But with this equipment, I think this is the best option if you are a home DJs or a mobile DJs to have, rather than just a controller. Unless you're the type of DJs that likes to play with a controller and likes to bring your own controller to the club, they got no problem. But if you're more into like, I want to play with just a USB, but I want to feel at home with the equipment, you can play it at home, and then when you go to the club, you don't have to like adjust and everything because everything is the same.
Okay. So there is many question about what is the difference between the XDJ-RR, XDJ-RX2, XDJ-RX. So I summarize. This is what we summarize for you guys. What is the difference between the three of this item? As you can see, the XDJ-RX2 have the display touchscreen, which is XDJ-RX and XDJ-RR don't have, and display video GUI. And also about the pad, the XDJ-RX2 have a 16, and the XDJ-RR only have 8, and XDJ-RX also have 8. Yeah, you can see in this picture about the different about these three products.
Yeah, I think the only difference is the size. The size
difference is only between XDJ-RR and XDJ-RX2.
Yes.
Not so much different between XDJ-RX2 and the XDJ-RX.
Yeah, I play with the XDJ-RX a lot because I used to do like mobile events, and I think you missed something because the XDJ-RX2 actually work with tractor. I don't know about the RR, but RX2 works with tractor.
Yeah, but it's not
natively support. Yeah, but yeah, you can use record. But if you feel more comfortable using a laptop, you can use Rekordbox DJ, because I think the Rekordbox DJ is far more superior software than the tractor.
Yeah.
But that's personal preference.
Okay.
Any question?
When did the RX3 set came out? Like 2018?
the XDJ RX2, I think. If the RX,
I think,
maybe 2 years, I think.
yeah, I think it's,
Oh, I still don't know, but maybe within this year there is a new thing about our all-in-one DJ system. There is a improvement. We will create it, and Indonesia also still wait it, because since 2 years ago, many Indonesian people always asking about the 4-channel. Why the all-in-one DJ system with Pioneer is always 2-channel? The other one always have 4-channel. Maybe we're gonna improve that within this year or next year. I'm not promising anything, but maybe. Okay.
yeah, I think we need to have a separate workshop about talking about DJing technology. Because there's a lot of improvement in DJing technologies coming soon. I think with the beat. I think we talk
Yeah,
outside about like the beat portling, about the streaming and everything.
We talk outside about the game changing of the DJ, because
Yes.
Beatport now make a game changing of the DJ. Now
Yeah.
DJ can play without their USB, without their laptops. You can just go through with your your smartphone. Just plug it in, and then you can play with the streaming, right? The Beatport link. Anybody knows about this?
I don't think anybody knows. It just released like last week.
2 days ago.
2 days ago.
2 days ago.
So
Now you can play with the streaming. So you need to subscribe the Beatport link. It's a new thing, and I already try. You can search every song.
Yes, it's kind of like playing with Spotify. So I just learned about Beatport Link. So Beatport Link is kind of like a streaming and cloud service for DJs, where you can just like look for music and just play it. Right now, the only Pioneer product that's supported is like the DJ 200. Yeah.
DJ 200 can
Yeah.
works with the Beatport link.
Yeah, but I think it's gonna be it's gonna come in the near future to the CDJs, to the club, the Beatport Link. I don't know, maybe I'm just guessing, because the good thing about Beatport Link is, besides the music on Beatport, you can also upload your own music into a cloud server and you can play it.
I still don't know about that.
I don't know about
I
that.
still don't know about that. But you can upload your music to Beatport, right? Yeah, by Bluetooth. Yeah.
That's a possibility.
That's a good idea, actually.
One thing I've tried with the I've tried with the XDJ-RX, the old one. So there's an application called Recordbox Mobile. It's an old
yeah.
application. Yeah, it's kind of like the mobile version of Recordbox. So what I do is, when I'm playing like in weddings using the XDJ-RX old one, not this one, I put you can access my Recordbox Mobile from a USB port. So what I do is I download music on my phone and put it in Recordbox Mobile, and then I play it on the XDJ-RX. So it's kind of like semi-streaming. It took a little while to download and put in Recordbox, but it's doable. I think in the future they have to support that.
Okay. Okay, maybe we come back with the XDJR first. So this is the layout. I will show you a video, and Echa will. Wait.
It's the same layout as you can see.
Yeah.
The only difference is they only have like 4 pads. They got the same beat loop, slip loop, beat jumps and everything, the track sets, everything. It looks like a CDJ. But don't get fooled by the video, because the real thing is like so small. Because when I see the video, it's like, oh, it's big. No, it's really small. It's only like this big. Yes, everything. It's the same. I think the only difference between this and the RX, it's the size and material, because this one uses like plastic, while the RX is like all metal, so it's kind of like harder. And the only difference is they only have like 2 effects. And while the RX2 have like the full effects, kind of like on the Nexus mixer.
I think this is the standard one that you can mixing
Yeah.
with this item, you know.
Yeah, but it's the same. Like I said, it's the same ecosystem as the Nexus. So when you're playing with this at home, and then you come to the club and you play with the Nexus CDJs and mixer, it's the same thing. The layout is the same. The only difference is this: the effects. Because the one on the Nexus, they use a knob. This one is only like, because only have like 2 effects. Only have echo and reverb. That's the only difference, I think. Everything else is the same.
So, like I promised you, this is gonna be my last slide for the presentation. Maybe we can go upstairs and see what Echa gonna do with my item, and not my item, the Pioneer item.
Okay, I think let's go upstairs and just check out the equipment.
Is there anybody want to ask something?
Or they can try it out and then ask about it upstairs.
Okay.
I hope you all bring your USB and you can try it.